I've been in swimming for 27 years. I swam in the Olympics 2012 in London. I got multiple Swiss national records, and I've helped hundreds of competitive swimmers from age groupers all the way to an Olympic champion, SwimFaster in training and in competition. And we're going to do a little series with quick and actionable advice, pieces of advice for you swim parents, especially for teenage swimmers, that you can implement right away that will make them a lot faster. So, piece of advice for today, number one, is to give them healthy carbs after a swim workout. I speak to hundreds and hundreds of swim parents and swimmers, competitive swimmers at all levels, and there's a misconception, but a lot of people think that they need protein after swim workout. So let me just big picture, there's protein and there's carbs, carbohydrates. Protein is your fish, your meat, your eggs, your tofu, right, stuff like that. And then carbs is your pasta, rice, bread, potatoes. That's carbs, okay? And muscles, you see my guns? So they're made out of protein, okay? So when I go to the gym, because I don't swim much these days, but I go to the gym to stay fit. So when I go to the gym, right, I do like 5 times 5 reps with 100 kilos bench press. Then after a lift, what my body needs is like, oh, he just did a heavy workout. He let us build some more muscle, right? So what I have to give the body is protein, okay? But now in a swim workout where they train for like 90 minutes or 2 hours, is that anything like a gym workout? And the answer is no, it's completely different. They're not going to swim training to build muscle primarily. There's going to be some muscle building, but it's going to be small. It's more about endurance, the technique and stuff like that, right? And so imagine in your muscles, there's the carbs or the energy, okay? And they're stored in the muscles. And ideally, at the beginning of the training, the battery is full. And then they do a workout and the batteries drain. And so at the end of the workout, those batteries are completely drained and the body is craving to replenish, to refuel the muscles. And that needs to be mostly carbs, okay? Now, we don't have to guess what exactly they need. So I can tell you because there's tons of research, and those companies that do supplements, they spend millions on the research, so we know exactly what the best kind is. And it is a ratio of 3 recovery, 1 protein. Right, so when you look at a endurance recovery shake, not a protein like mass gainer, whey protein, that's for like gym stuff. For swimming, you'll see there's an endurance recovery shake, for example, and then you see the nutritional facts, and it will say for 100 grams, it will be like 66 grams of carbs and then like 20, 25 grams of protein. That is the ideal ratio, okay? And if you don't give that to your child, and I mean like within minutes of getting out to the pool, because I was at the University of Virginia, right, where Gretchen Walsh, Kate Douglas, and all these girls are from. And when I was there, we had a guy, he wasn't really a coach, he was just like a fan, I guess, and he was like helping out. And when we got out of the pool, dripping wet, he would hand every one of us, 70, okay, we were 35 girls, 35 guys, every one of us got a recovery shake, an endurance recovery shake, what I was just talking about. And then we had to drink that in the shower, and then literally 20 minutes later, we were in the dining hall eating a proper meal. Okay, what I see way too often, because I speak to hundreds of you guys, and you know, the swimmer gets out of the pool, maybe they stretch, they don't need anything, they don't drink anything, they get out, then they drive home, and then until the time that they eat, it's like 45 minutes, an hour and a half later. Sometimes they don't eat at all. It is terrible because the body, what the body does, when it doesn't get carbs after a swim workout, it will start to digest its own muscle. It will actually do that right away at the end, okay? So that means not only do the kids destroy their muscles that they have, unfortunately, the body isn't taking the fat, it's taking the muscles, but also the recovery will be so much slower. And then they're not going to feel as good the next day. They're not going to hit the times. The motivation goes down. They're frustrated, right? And it sets off this cycle, just totally unnecessary. And on the flip side, if you have the right kind of food at the right time, then what happens is that the muscles are actually built because the body has the ingredients that it needs to like recover. The recovery will be a lot faster. They're gonna feel so much better the next day. They're gonna hit the times easier. They're gonna be excited about it because one of the best things for a swimmer is when you exceed your coach's expectations, right? Or your own expectations. And when that starts to happen more frequently, the motivation goes to the roof. They come home with a smile, I just crushed it today, right? And that's so good for their development. And it's so easy to do. So they need to have something within 5 minutes of getting out of the pool and drink it or eat it. And then they get in the car, you go home, and then whenever you're home, you have a proper meal, okay? And so alternatives for that endurance recovery shake that I was suggesting, you know, maybe you have a younger child or you just don't want to do like supplements and stuff, that's cool. And what you can do, what works, what just happens to have the exact ratio of 3-to-1 is chocolate milk, okay? I personally hate chocolate. I don't know, something went wrong with my brother and I. My sister loves it, my brother and I I just gotta puke immediately. So that wouldn't work for me, but for most people, and a lot of athletes in all kinds of sports use chocolate milk, right? It's easy to get, so chocolate milk works really well. Put it in their bags so they have it right after the workout. They can drink that in the shower. Other things would be like a healthy granola bar and a banana, stuff like that, okay? You can be creative about it. Just see that it's mostly carbs, healthy carbs, and then some protein, ideally, but not too much. And honestly, like how important this is, I would, if I had to choose between the kid not eating something after practice and then going home and eating like an hour later, or having like freaking Haribo gummy bears after a workout and then go home and eat, I would have the second option. Like even, so like obviously don't do that, but that's how important it is, because we have the performance nutritionist of the Team USA in swimming at the University of Virginia, and he came and consulted us and will work with everybody. And he said the timing of when you eat your food or drink your food is just, if not more important than what you actually eat. So he said he would rather have us eat junk food, like not McDonald's kind of junk food, but other like junk food at the right time than eating the most healthy food in the world at the wrong time. Right? That's how important it is. So hopefully that'll help you out. When you start to implement, it's almost free. You pack the banana, the granola bar, right? You just help them pack it, put it on top of their bags, put the chocolate milk in there. Literally just, it's going to be a game changer, and it's so easy to do. And when they start doing that consistently, their level of training goes up, and then it's just a matter of time until they're going to absolutely crush it in a competition. So hopefully that was helpful, and I'll be back tomorrow or the day after with advice number